Hello and welcome to the first Sports Chat podcast of the new season. Unfortunately, it comes on the back of an opening day defeat for Rotherham United, 4-1 at the hands of newly promoted MK Dons at the New York Stadium on Saturday. With me I have news editor Michael Upton.
Good morning.
And Miller's correspondent David Beddows.
Good morning.
Lads, it were a disappointing defeat, wasn't it, to say the least. David, where do you think Rotherham went wrong mainly?
Well, I think a lot of work's gone on in pre-season about, making the team more resilient and better off the ball in order to break down, and it's a pity all the work was undone by individual mistakes and lapses in concentration. That's where the team fell down. And having said that, there were concerns further up the pitch as well. So it was just as I put a sobering start.
Michael, can you pinpoint at one point when this went wrong for Rotherham United?
Well, in the first 5 minutes, Rotherham looked all right for the first couple of minutes, but couldn't get on the ball at all. And then MK scored in basically their first attack. How that cross gets in, how it gets palmed out, and how there's a striker there 4 yards out with an open goal to put it in. That's pretty basic things you've got to get right. And it all went wrong.
So, not a good day at the office, and Steve Evans said as much afterwards. But tomorrow night, chance to resurrect themselves. Does Steve Evans, Dave, give the players who suffered that demoralising defeat a chance to get some confidence back against Cambridge, or does he switch it round like he might have done if Rotherham had drawn or won the first match?
Well, that's the dilemma, isn't it? I suspect that win, lose or draw on Saturday, there would have been changes tomorrow night. The Capital One Cup is used as a testing ground, and it's a good testing ground to tweak the team, and with one eye on the big business, which is Nottingham Forest on Saturday. So I think there's inevitably going to change. It wouldn't surprise me if there's maybe 5 or 6.
Michael, can Steve afford to do that though? You look at some of the players who were making a debut. There's 8 of them on Saturday. Their confidence could be at ground level by this point. Do they maybe need a little bit more of a comfortable, so to speak, match to get themselves back in the groove, to pick themselves back up?
Well, the danger is in assessing it as a game where they would be comfortable. Who's to say Cambridge won't come, eyeing a scalp, think this is a team that lost 4-1 at home, we'll give them a go, we'll turn them over, and then what would that do for their confidence? He said before we started he's going to play his strongest team. After Saturday, does he know what his strongest team is?
Well, that's a very good point, Dave. We've alluded before, haven't we? There's been plenty of signings in the summer, and through pre-season there's been plenty of different partnerships in key areas such as central defence and strikers, things like that. Do you think Steve's still working that out? Do you think he's still looking for that?
I think he is. Remember there's 12 or 13 new personnel coming this summer. We had a completely new back four on Saturday with a
back five with a goalkeeper.
With a new goalkeeper behind them. So there's a lot to look at. But the thing is with this championship is it doesn't allow you a lot of time. I think you've got to drop on a system, and hopefully a starting 11 will jump out sooner rather than later.
You've got to make. I just want to come back on that. You've got to make the signings when you can, but surely pre-season is when you've got the time to try things out. That's where your players should be gelling.
Steve has tried things out.
Yeah, that's when your players should be gelling. You start with that many new faces on opening day. Some of them look like they never played together. Some of them look like they never played football. That's how bad it was. I don't think we can overstate it.
But for all that though, Thorpe and Collins, for example, looked good in pre-season. They looked like there was something there to work with.
That's right. I take Mike's point about that. But having said that, I think there's a big increase in intensity and demands and pressure, when the league games start, and that is sometimes when you find out, what players are really about. People like Grant Ward, who look great in pre-season, struggled on Saturday.
Is he going to be the next John Swift? Came off at half-time in his first game.
We'll see, won't we? But,
it was noisy on Saturday, but that should have motivated him. The atmosphere in the North Stand and the West Stand on Saturday at kick-off was great. It was really optimistic, and that was all thrown away. So are we saying that we've got players who are great in friendlies in Scotland, but in front of a crowd of only 9,800, they're shrinking then? What happens when they go to Forest and they're playing in front of a bigger crowd? Are they going to be terrified then as well?
One thing that Millers fans could be slightly optimistic about is the fact that people such as Joe Mattock, Ferrin Rawson weren't included on Saturday. So there is room for change there if it's not working, isn't there, Dave?
Yeah, there is. And he has got options in just about every position, which is good. But as I say, we're going to have to learn quickly.
Just to finish up then, last thing, Kel Roos in goal, making his competitive debut for Rotherham United.
Competitive, right.
Yeah, there were one or two errors in there maybe looked like a slight lack of confidence from the big Dutch goalkeeper. Dave, Adam Collin, a very well known goalkeeper to Rotherham fans, is sat on the bench. Quick answer, yes or no? Does he get in for the Capital One Cup game?
I think he will.
Michael?
I think he has to. I think if you have a debut like that, then you're going to have to earn your place back, because a lot of players let their fans down on Saturday, but he was certainly right up there.
Right, that's brilliant. Thank you very much for your time, gentlemen. I hope everyone listening is enjoying the Match magazine, free to download every Monday afternoon, straight after the match, with videos, interviews and picture gallery as well. I'll thank you both for your time and say thank you for listening. Thank you.